Hi, so today we'll be solving this 4x4 determinate problem with cofactor expansion. So first of all, you want to choose any row or column. It's easier to pick the ones with more zeros in it because that's less work for you to do, but any row or column will give you the same answer. So this one I see there's a column with 3 zeros, which is really good. So to solve with cofactor expansion, what you do is you'll take each element and then you go down the list, and what you'll do is you'll multiply it by the cofactor. The first two we know will be 0 because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. And then we have 7, and then we'll multiply that by the cofactor, so that'll be -1. And then the index of this 7, we take the row and column and add it together. So that will be 3 plus 3. And then that's multiplied by the minor. So the minor is this column that we picked, and then 7 is in this row. So what we do now is anything that's not part of that will go into this. So for example, 3, 7, 1, 8, 0, 7, 1, 8, 5. So this is a new determinant. And then the last element will just be 0 again. So now that we have this, we have 7 times -1 to the 6, which will just be 7. And then we basically do this again and we solve it like a 3x3. So looking at this, I'm going to pick this column right here because it has a 0 in it. And so what I'll do is we have the first element 7 times -1, and we have row 1, column 2, so 1 plus 2. And then we have the minor, so we're looking at anything that's not in these two highlighted parts over here. So that'll be 8, 1, 7, 5. And then we add it by the next one, which is 0. And then we have the next one, which is 8. And then the cofactor is -1. And then it is row 3, column 2. So we get it to the 5th power. And then we take the minor. And this time it's in this row. So we have 3, 1, 8, and 7. So now we get to rewrite this. So 7 times, and then -1 to the 3rd is negative, so -7. And then the determinant will be 8 times 5 minus 7 times 1. So we have 8 times 5, which is 40, minus 7 times 1, so 7. And then next, we can ignore the 0 because it's 0. And then -1 to the 5th, so that'll be negative, so -8. And then we have, first we have 3 times 7, and then 1 times 8. So what we'll end up with is 21 minus 8. And then once you solve all this out, you will get -2,345. And that is our answer. I hope this helped.